Hey, how are y'all doing? I know it's been a minute since I posted a video. I have just been super busy, y'all. I am so sorry. But tonight, this recipe's got a few steps to it. It won't be a quick night meal, but it doesn't take forever. I am making a low-carb chicken Parmesan. However, I don't have any marinara sauce or anything like that, so I'm going to be making my own. So we're going to get started with some canned tomatoes. I have a tiny bit of tomato paste, not enough. So I have some unsweetened ketchup. It's Primal Kitchen, and it's got great things in it for the marinara. It's got a tomato concentrate, some balsamic vinegar, a little white wine, some onion powder, garlic powder, and some organic spices. So this is going to be great in there. It's going to take the place of my tomato paste. Do y'all remember my video when I made some little pods in my freezer? All this is olive oil and fresh basil. My basil was about to go bad, so I put them in these little freezer cups. This is a Pampered Chef item that you can buy. And again, you just freeze them and the pods are there, and I'll have basically fresh basil for this when I don't have fresh basil. We'll be using a little bit of oregano and a little bit of white wine, some salt and pepper, some fresh garlic, about 3 or 4 cloves, and a little bit of finely diced onion. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just dicing our onion, and then I've got my enamel cast iron pot. My words are lost. So I've got this. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in here. Not a whole lot because I'll be using my pod, but I don't want to put that in yet with the basil. But a little bit of olive oil in here just to saute up my onion and garlic. And then we'll show you how to kind of put the rest of this together. So just give me a minute to kind of get these things set up and I'll be right back. All right, so I've got my onions and garlic sauteing. I added in about a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and a half of a teaspoon of oregano. Let's see if I can turn my camera around a little bit. I'm going to try to do 2 things at once here. So I've got my half cup of white wine. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in now. I've got my heat down really low until I get my tomatoes ready. But I'm going to let this white wine just kind of start to reduce a little bit. You know, you don't want to use wine in a recipe unless it can do a couple things. One, reduce, or if you're going to be cooking a sauce for a long time, let's say, 45 minutes to an hour, then that kind of raw wine taste has a chance to cook out. And so we're kind of doing both. I've put my ketchup and my little bit of tomato paste in here. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to pour in my tomatoes. And I've got my gloves on because I'm going to try to just break these up with my hand a little bit, because truthfully, if you're making marinara, it's better to use crushed tomatoes, but I don't have any. So this is diced tomatoes, both cans, and this is a can of stewed tomatoes, which are in bigger kind of pieces, but it does have some basil, garlic, and oregano. So I'm going to just get in here and crush these tomatoes with my hand myself. You could use a food processor if you want, but this will work just fine. But again, y'all know I like my gloves. So I'm just crushing these up, and I could probably, y'all know the tool that I use to kind of mix up my ground beef, sausage, any of that in my pan. I could probably use that, and if this isn't fine enough for me, then I might. But hey, it's chicken parm, so a little bit of chunky tomatoes in there, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Although I won't eat a whole lot. I'm definitely not going to eat the pasta. I've got linguine I'm going to cook for my husband, but I'm trying to, eat a little more healthy without all the carbs. So he will eat the pasta. I will not. I'll just eat the chicken on a plate, which will be just fine with me. All right, so we got our tomatoes here. We're going to just go ahead and add these right into my pot. Y'all see how I put my spatula up here and kind of pour it on the spatula? That just kind of keeps it from splashing everywhere. If you were using a spoon, I just had this because I was doing the onions. But if you had a spoon, just kind of pour it against your spoon and it keeps it from splashing so bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn our heat back up now. I didn't want my garlic to get burnt, and y'all know how I told you if the garlic gets burnt, it gives it a better flavor. All right, so we got this going now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pop out a couple of these pods with the basil and olive oil. I don't want them all to thaw out because I'm gonna put them back in the freezer, but in case y'all didn't catch that video, here's what they are. They're just little pods, almost like little ice trays. We're gonna just pop a couple of those out and have our basil and olive oil in there. I might just put 3 in there. All right. There we go. Now I'll get these back into the freezer. I gotta get this, got olive oil on my finger, so I can't touch anything else. So y'all bear with me for a minute. Tell me if you make homemade, spaghetti sauce or marinara, or do you buy it in a jar, or what do you do? And what do you do if you look in your pantry and you don't see it in there and you're planning it for dinner? Would you make your own like I'm doing? Or would you change the recipe and make something else? We don't know what he's barking at. I think there's like a stray cat outside or something. Maybe it's kind of dusk. It could be deer over in our side yard. So I don't know what he's barking at, but just ignore that big old bear. All right, look, I'm gonna go ahead and get this kind of simmering, kind of boiling a little bit, and then I'm gonna turn the heat down, put the lid on. I'm gonna let this simmer for probably about 45 minutes or an hour, something like that. And I'll be back in a minute after I get my cutting board and everything ready, and we'll start. I'll show you how to do the Parmesan chicken. Hey, I decided to use my immersion blender to blend this up. So that's all we're gonna do is just give this a little blend to get our crushed tomatoes. See, you just really let it kind of sit on the bottom of your pan and just kind of move it around, and it just blends this stuff right up. I don't use this enough. I actually forget about having it, and it does such a fabulous job, y'all. You should get an immersion blender if you don't have one, because this is going to make it exactly what we need here, since I didn't have crushed tomatoes. I didn't really have to do it with my hand at all. Duh. Sometimes I just, don't think about all the cool little kitchen tools I have and can use. But this is going to be perfect consistency and exactly what I need. And it does it fairly quick too. That's it, y'all. That is all she wrote right there. I don't know if I can show y'all, but y'all know what diced tomatoes look like, right? I'm going to try to pick up this whole tripod, y'all, so I don't have to take my phone off. Let's see if, let me get my spoon out and I'll stir it with. Have I got y'all over the pot? I can't even see right now. See? We got a couple of little chunks, and that's kind of the way I like it, but it's about perfect for our marinara. Put this on my burner matter. All right, we're going to let her cook for, like I said, about 45 minutes. Once it starts to boil a little bit, we're going to put the lid on and turn her down. All right, I decided since I'm not having pasta, I just took some fresh broccoli florets. I'm putting them in my little micro cooker. I got about 1/4 cup of water in here. And I'm going to just put a little bit of salt, and I'm going to put them in the microwave for 3 or 4 minutes, closer to time for dinner to be done. And that's what I'm having instead of pasta. Okay, so we're getting ready, y'all. I've got, I don't know, about 2 cups of almond flour right here. I've got about, 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese right here. I'm going to put 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder in with my Parmesan. And I'm going to put 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder in with my Parmesan. We're going to mix this up, and we're going to get these things rolling, because Mama's hungry. Mama is hungry. I've been trying, I told y'all to do good. I eat me some nuts mid-morning about 11 o'clock, and then somewhere probably around, I don't know, 1, 2, something like that, I eat a little bit of cottage cheese with some fresh blueberries and strawberries. So come dinner time, I'm usually ready. It would help y'all if I knew how to spell and I put these in the right place, but here we go. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this little fork and I'm going to just mix up this garlic and onion powder and get all these little lumps out of my Parmesan. And then I'm going to set this out of our way for a minute. That's good. Good to go. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to also set my eggs over here out of the way. Okay, so we're going to take our chicken breast. I've just salt and put a little sprinkle of salt and pepper on both sides to get them kind of seasoned up, okay? So I'm going to take these little breasts and I'm going to dip them in the almond flour and coat them good with the almond flour, okay? Then I'm going to lay them over here on this sheet pan that I have put aluminum foil on. And that's all we're going to do, y'all. It's not hard. I would turn you off until I get this done, but I don't want to walk over there. And my remote does not work on pause, only off and on, and I don't want to have to piece together a bunch of videos. So, y'all get to watch me tonight. Y'all haven't seen me in a while. You can watch one that's a little bit longer tonight. Because I know you got to be missing me, because I miss y'all. I've just been busy. I'm kind of still getting my energy back up from the camp we cooked at. It takes a lot out of you. And when you get home, you have to inventory and sort through everything and package it up and get it ready for the next camp. So, I wear a lot of hats, y'all. Lots of hats. So, sometimes I'm out of energy. And that's how I've been for about a week or two. And I apologize. I'm not trying to put y'all on the back burner, but I hadn't been cooking a lot of food. We've been eating some leftovers. I made some more. And plus, y'all have been trying to eat healthier. So, I made some more of that zuppa toscano. And we've been, like, kind of eating the leftovers of that. And then I just cooked up some little prime rib sliders that I had frozen. I just had those with some stir-fry cabbage and onions and peppers. And y'all have seen me do all that. So, I hate to, try to make the video of something you've already seen. So, I apologize. I've actually made chicken parm on a video, but I have not made low-carb chicken parm. So, anywho, here we go. We're about done. We're about to get it done, y'all. I got my pan over here heating up the oil on low because I knew it would take me a minute to get these done and talk to you. And I'm using peanut oil tonight. That was just what I decided to use because it fries nice. It doesn't mind high heat. So these cook fast, though. They're thin. I had these in my freezer. They're just thin sliced chicken breast. And one day I found them on clearance at my Food Line. And I buy things on clearance and I put them in my freezer. All right, now this little bit of, we're going to move this plate out of the way. And this little bit of almond flour we've got left, we're going to mix that right in here with our parm. Now we're going to, so, with regular Parmesan chicken, but feel free to make that. You would use like panko breadcrumbs. And you basically do the same thing I'm doing, except instead of the almond flour, it would be panko breadcrumbs. Maybe the Italian seasoned panko breadcrumbs. Alright. So we got the garlic and onion powder. Matter of fact, y'all, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little Italian seasoning in here because that's kind of how I like to do it. I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of Italian seasoning in here till I think it looks good. I don't know, quarter, half teaspoon, something like that. Just till it looks good, y'all. It's not science. It's just taste, creativity. Give it a little extra flavor. All right. So now, what we going to do is we're going to move this over here. We're going to put this over here. And we're going to try to do this in some kind of order, which really is not going to work good because this is, well, I'm going to just figure it out. Here we go. We're going to dip this in our egg. I've got 3 eggs just blended up together. I just whisked them up. Then we're going to put this right here in a parm. And I'm going to try to coat it best I can. Alright, and we're going to take this out. And we're going to lay it right back on this cookie sheet because we're going to take it over here in a minute. And we're going to fry it up. Okay. I might could have started with 2 eggs since now it's like gold, as expensive as eggs are. You know, I've always paid a little bit more for organic because I'm allergic to eggs, but I can eat organic eggs. So now, truthfully, some of the organic eggs are cheaper than the regular eggs. Don't tell everybody because they'll take those off the shelf and I won't have them. But even if they're not less expensive, they're, you know, about the same now. I think we're finding them for somewhere around $7 a dozen. It's crazy, isn't it? Golly. They are like gold. Who would have ever thunk it? Oh, well, get you some chickens. Make your own. Hatch your own eggs. I know my son-in-law he's been wanting chickens for several years. My daughter-in-law is not as excited about it. I mean, my daughter, not my daughter-in-law. She's not as excited about those chickens. Maybe she'll change her mind now that they're so expensive. Eggs are so expensive. He does a lot of gardening. He has got a green thumb, y'all. He can grow anything. I might have to put a little bit more parm in here. We're going to try to roll with it and see what happens. If you got to mix up more, it's better to mix up more than waste it. But it looks like we're getting a little low right here. So I may need to get a little bit more out of my pantry for these last couple pieces because let me get a little more. I am going to walk over here and pause y'all for a minute. Alright, now I put a little bit more Parmesan, a little bit more almond flour, sprinkled a little garlic, a little onion, and a little Italian seasoning right here in the corner. Mix it up. And we're good to go for the rest of them. Okay. So there's nothing to it, just to make a little more. It didn't take me no time to run and get that little bit of stuff and get a little bit more hooked up here. Because we don't want to skimp. We want this stuff to be good. Because, look, chicken parm is one of my husband's favorite things, so I ain't sure what he's going to think of this healthy one. We're going to find out, though. I hope he loves it. He does. He said he can't tell the difference when I make almond flour pancakes. He loves them. So hopefully he'll feel the same about his chicken parm. Now, I'm going to tell you what, that marinara we're making over there is smelling up the house. He came in here a minute ago and said, honey, it smells good in here. Because y'all know, I've told you before, Italian is his favorite. And it's my least favorite. I'm not a tomato sauce kind of girl. Now, I like the Alfredo, and I like, like pesto, the kind of olive oil based things, but I'm just not a lover of the red sauce. It's just not my favorite. I'll eat it every now and then, but it's just not my favorite. We all have our favorites, right? My favorite's just some good, maybe Southern cooking, maybe American cooking. I don't know. I like Mexican okay every now and then, but I don't want that all the time either. I like different stuff. I just like the different stuff, y'all. I like a variety. How about y'all? What's your comment? Let me know. Talk to me. Y'all don't never talk to me. Okay, talk to me. Comment. Y'all used to comment at first, and now you just kind of watch it and don't comment. And it'll stop showing you. The algorithms will stop showing you my stuff if y'all don't comment. So share it too. If y'all like my videos, anybody doing a low carb, whatever, if y'all like my videos, please share it. Comment and share so I'll get, shown a little bit more. help some people out, learn how to do this cooking. Everybody needs to learn. This will be tender right here is getting the scraps. But I made some more because I used up all this too. No waste. No waste. We're not wasting nothing. This one's gonna be a little wet, so I ain't sure how she's gonna cook up, but I ain't sweating it. Don't sweat the small stuff, y'all. Don't sweat the small stuff. There's a lot of big stuff we gotta deal with, so don't sweat the small stuff. We will figure it out. Okay? So we're gonna come on over to this side. Yeah, the oil's getting hot. I'm gonna move y'all over here and we're gonna fry some of this up. All right, we ready? I got my oil heated up. I wanted it at 350. It's at 366. I think it'll be fine because when this kind of cold chicken hits, it's gonna reduce that temperature down. So we're gonna just drop these in. Like I said, they're gonna pan fry for about 3 minutes on each side. And we're not going to crowd the pan. I'm trying to look here at what little pieces I want to use so I don't crowd this pan. Because if you crowd your pan, the moisture from the chickens, it's going to just kind of boil. You don't want that. You want this thing to fry. Okay? Let's go ahead and hit our timer for 3 minutes for y'all. I don't normally time it. I normally just look at it, y'all. Let's go to the middle and see what our temperature is now. See, we're down to 296 now. So it'll come back up in a minute. But while I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna fry this for about 3 minutes on each side. We're gonna flip it. So I'll be back once we're ready to flip. All right, the timer's about to go off on our 3 minutes. I went ahead and switched the burners with my marinara up back here and my pasta water here because this is my bigger burner. It's gonna boil faster. It was taking forever back there. I've got my oven on, heating up on 400. All right, let's check these babies out. Yeah, she's looking a little brown on that side. We'll take our tongs and we're going to gently flip these over. It smells good in here, you guys. Ooh, yes. That little piece kind of came off. But you know what that means? That's one to nibble on. Yes, it is. Can y'all see down in there? Let me see if I can get y'all a little bit closer. Look how pretty and golden they are. Aren't they beautiful? Yes, they are. All right, we're going to set our timer again. We're good to go. I'll see y'all in 3 minutes. All right, our timer's about to go off. My little red thermometer I left upstairs in the camp stuff. I'm going to have to go up there and get it because I use it all the time. But I got this kind of old-fashioned one. So we're going to see where we're at here. This one just kind of takes a little longer to get up there. A lot longer to get up there. Come on. I ain't even got time for it. So look, here's how you can tell with chicken. You give it a little poke, okay? And you give it a little press. A little press. If the juice runs out clear, your chicken's done. If it runs out pink, it's not. It's running out clear. It's done. So I've got parchment paper under here because that's how we're going to put it in the oven. But for right now, I want to just kind of drain it a little bit on this paper towel. I do not want to mess up this breading. Let me get it a little bit better. I'm not going to let loose. I'm going to place it on here like so. And that's how it looks pretty, y'all. It looks pretty, y'all. Alright, we'll get this little baby out of here. You just have to gently with your tongs, okay? Gently. Look how pretty they are. Yes. Alright, we're going to come in here with the next batch. and I'm going to get all these in the pan at once. I think we'll be able to do it. I think we're going to make it, John. And we're going to put this little baby one right here in the middle. And I think it'll be fine. It's a little bit crowded, but I still see plenty of space in there. I think we're going to do just fine. All right, how long are we going for? That's right, 3 minutes. You guessed it. The other thing I wanted to tell y'all is, when I changed these pots out, I went ahead and took the lid off of this marinara sauce so it could thicken up just a little bit. You know, it's going to cook down a little bit and thicken up just a little bit. It's about, where we need it right now. It's beautiful, beautiful. Our pasta water's boiling. I've got a little bit of salt in there. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there so my pasta doesn't stick together. And we're going to get, wherever I put it, we're going to get us a little linguine here. I might just go ahead and cook all this because I'm going to have some of this left, and I make my husband little leftovers for him. Plus, my grandbabies are coming. Yep, that just hit the floor. It's okay. My grandbabies are coming over tomorrow night, and we're going to go to a movie. We're going to go see Paddington in Peru, and they're going to have a sleepover, 4 of them. So, Olivia, she's the youngest. This will be the first time she's tried to sleep away from her parents. Olivia's 5, and then she just started kindergarten this year. And then I have 2 7-year-old granddaughters, and then I have Layla is my oldest granddaughter that's here in Virginia, and she is 9. So we're gonna go to the movies tomorrow night, and then we're gonna come back and have us a sleepover. Hopefully everybody will. I know Anna and Layla will be fine because they've stayed here a few times before, plenty of times before. But Emily, she made it one night by herself, but she likes to be with Mama. So we're hoping that she's going to make it through the night with all the cousins, and we have no idea what's going to happen with Olivia. I'm hoping that they're going to all just love being together, because the memories that my kids have of just being with cousins all the time. My kids, the cousins, we were together all the time. And they loved it. So I'm hoping that my grandkids can start spending time with cousins, because those relationships have stayed with them through the years now. You know, one is in Arizona, one's in Newport News, one's in Ohio. There's a couple here, but they still have that relationship together and that bond together. And that's what I want for my grandbabies, y'all. So I'm hoping for the best. Y'all pray for them tomorrow night, okay? Pray for them that tomorrow night is going to be something special, and they're going to all make it. All right, our timer went off. Our oven's ready, too, so we'll be ready to put these babies in the oven. All right, separate. Ooh, yes, y'all, this looks so good. I hope y'all will make you some low-carb chicken parm after you see it. I'm going to spin my pan a little bit. It looks like that's all cooking a little bit faster. Once you flip it, you don't want to scoot them around and move them, because unless you absolutely have to, like they've overlapped, because that breading's going to come off if you do it. You flip and leave it. Do not wiggle them things around in there. And this pasta, once you put the pasta in the water, you want to stir it until it comes back to a boil. Otherwise, it's going to clump together and stick together, and you don't want that. So we'll be back. Oh, let me set my timer. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, y'all. All right, timer's about to go off here. I'm going to go ahead and get this baby out now, because I know she's ready. And then I'm going to reset the timer for about 10 minutes for my pasta, because it needed to cook. Stop it. because it needed to cook for 10 to 12 minutes. So, all right. Go ahead and turn this burner off so I don't forget y'all. Smells so good in here. I mean, doesn't this look like a delicious low-carb meal? Like I said, I'm going to have that broccoli with mine. I am going to get my little trivet, and I'm going to set this. I got my cutting board over here, you know. So I'm going to set this hot pan out of my way. I just want it out of my way. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to just try to. Maybe we'll start over here. Can y'all can't even see what I'm doing? Look. Trying to show y'all something. You can't even see it. Can I move my... There we go. Now we in business. I'm going to try to just pull the tablecloth out from under the dishes. Some of y'all get that. Alright, but it didn't work. So, that's alright. We're going to just move it. Gingerly, folks. Gingerly. What does that mean? Gingerly. Y'all know what that means. Easy. So we don't want our bread to come off. Especially on these that we just took out and haven't really had time to set up well. Okay. Next step is I'm going to get these arranged a little bit better on here. Okay. Let's see if I can move this. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. These two, I am going to take off, and I'm going to put them, I've got another little piece of parchment right here, and I'm going to put these over here on my cutting board because I'm not going to put any sauce or anything on those. Those will be falafel. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take this little one off too. And they're going to be for me just to eat maybe tomorrow or whatever. Because I don't want all that sauce and everything. Tonight I'm going to eat some sauce on it. But the leftover chicken, I don't really want the sauce on mine. Alright, so here we go. We got our chicken. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to just give this little pasta one quick little stir here. Alright. I'm going to get my pot holders out and I'm going to grab this marinara sauce. I'm going to bring it closer to me so I can work with it. Work with it. Work with it. I'm going to turn this back burner off. And we are going to give this a nice stir. It's wanting to boil because my burner was hot from our chicken. This looks so good, y'all. Can you see this? It is beautiful marinara. Alright, like I said, I got my oven on 400. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a little spoon of this sauce. And we're going to just kind of pour it, ladle it, whatever, right on top of our chicken. You don't want a whole lot. You just want to kind of, you know, cover it on there. Get it kind of mounded up here. It looks beautiful. I'm proud of myself with this little homemade marinara. And it didn't take long, y'all. Why do I buy the jarred kind? Because you know this is cheaper. And it's going to probably be better too. And this for sure is not full of sugar because I didn't put any sugar in it. So it is definitely, you know, low carb friendly. I don't know about keto, but it's low carb friendly. Alright, got one more to go. Put it right on top. See, this one's got a few little chunks. That might be mine. Alright, so burner's off. Get this one all the way on the burner. Okay, now what we're going to do, normally you would use mozzarella. I don't have any. This is Munster. I think it's going to be delicious. So we're going to put a little piece of Munster cheese on here. Little Herman, little Eddie. Some of you will get that. Some of you may not. Get a little Grandpa. Can't remember the rest of them. I know who would. My granddaughter, Emily. One of the 7-year-olds. Y'all seen Emily? She made cupcakes for her birthday one time. Emily loves... Oh, no, that's the Addams Family she loves. Maybe I'm thinking the Addams Family. Whatever. I know Eddie's on there. I know Grandpa's on there. How about, was it The Thing on there? I don't know, y'all. Alright, so we got that now. I'm also going to put a little bit of shaved Parmesan on the top. Because after all, it is Parmesan chicken. So we'll put a little shaved Parm on here. I said a little, that looks like a lot on that one, doesn't it? I don't think anybody will complain about too much cheese there. I'll take a piece on. Oh, y'all, sometimes I just can't with myself. All right, guess what? She's ready to go into the oven. And all we're doing in the oven is just melting the cheese because it don't have to cook, y'all. It's already cooked. So we got it on 400, a little higher heat. And we're going to just melt that cheese. While our pasta's got about 3 more minutes. Let's see where she's at. I'll put it on that burner because that's the best burner. How many times have I told y'all that? Let's try one and see how close we are. Whoop. It's actually about done. I said another 2 minutes, and guess what? The timer says 2 minutes and 56 seconds, but she does need a little more salt. Alright, so we'll add a little bit more salt in there. And let's screw the lid on. And we'll give it a little stir because of the salt. Come on, pan, could you just boil for me? Y'all have a little issues with these burners. Y'all know how to roll. Alright, we'll be back to plate up. Alright, I told y'all sometimes, I don't think I can turn my camera around. Sorry about the gloves. Sometimes I run water over my pasta, but this time I am spraying it with a little olive oil because I do not want this to be watered down in any way for that chicken. And I'm going to be using the remainder of this to make his leftovers. So this, spraying it with this olive oil is going to keep it from sticking together. So we're just mixing it up like that, and it's going to work just good. And our chicken is done. We're going to pull it out the oven. I got y'all the camera all cockeyed and crooked. Sorry about that. Cheese is melted up, probably a little bit too much when I was playing with my thing, but whatever. I'll scrape it up and use it anyway, y'all. Can y'all see that? Let's see if I can bring you over here. Give you a close-up of the chicken parm. Having a hard time, Hannah. Alright, there it is. Alright, I'm going to get it plated up and I will be back. Alright, I'm going to show you kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the pasta on here and I'm just giving it a little twist to kind of make it stand up a little bit taller, y'all. It's hard to do when I'm holding the plate in my hand, but there we go. Alright, then I'm going to come in, because he loves him some sauce. I'm going to come in with this, and I'm going to put a little bit of sauce right on top of the pasta for him. Okay? And then, get him a little spatula, and we're going to come in here, and we're going to try to get this chicken up. Lay it just kind of to the side a little bit like that. Okay? I'll get him a little bit of this cheese right here. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? Probably not. You can only see my big old butt. I'm going to just slide that right there. Look. And there's his chicken parm He's not going to want any broccoli, y'all, but I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to have broccoli on mine. So what I'm going to do is I got my little broccoli here, and I got, I already put some melted butter on there. I'll get this little spoon, and I'm going to put me some broccoli on my plate. Alright. And then I'm going to get my chicken parm. Let's see, I think I said I want this one right here. Alright. And I'm not doing any more sauce. That little bit of sauce I put on top, y'all, that's all I want. Looks good, doesn't it? Now, these little pieces right here, I'm going to go ahead and taste one and let y'all know what it tastes like. Can you hear how crunchy that is? Oh my word. That's delicious. Low carb, who? It tastes like fried chicken. It is fried chicken. But with the almond flour and that parm, y'all need to make some of this. We might go over tonight. And I might make my husband sit down tonight and we'll do the blessing and we'll see if it's a plate liquor and we'll get back in the groove, y'all. Golly, this is good. All right, y'all, we're about to sit down and eat this delicious low carb meal. All right, honey, you want to bless the food?
Sure. Father, thank you for this food we're about to receive. Bless this food to nourish our body. Bless the hands that prepared it, and thank you for providing it. Help the less fortunate find food and shelter. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, we're going to let him take his first bite and just see. I haven't made this in a while.
Thought you forgot how.
We got a All right, we're going to eat. We'll come back and let you know if it was a plate liquor. Let's see if I can get this remote to work. Nope. All righty, I'm still eating because I got my daughter called me in between to ask about the movies tomorrow night. What do you think, Charles?
That was great.
Was it a plate liquor?
Plate liquor for sure.
Plate liquor. How did you like the homemade marinara sauce versus a jar?
Well, the first I gave was the taste of the marinara sauce. It was delicious.
Well, there you go, folks.
Really
you can
good.
make your own marinara. It doesn't have to come from a jar. And make you some low-carb chicken. Could you really tell the difference?
I can't tell the difference.
He couldn't tell the difference. I told you that when we did the almond flour pancakes, he really can't tell the difference. So try it. If you have never tried almond flour to, lessen your carbs, go for it because really it's delicious and you really can't tell the difference. Well, y'all have a good night. I hope you've enjoyed your dinner.
Bye-bye.
Bye.